thank you very much. OK. Donc, bienvenue à tous dans cette séance ou bien discours de l'IA. In the past week, we've been learning a lot about in artificial intelligence. And I've been shocked, I've been amazed at so many findings that the tutors have, the research they've made. Yeah. In bringing out these tools and many other things to help French teachers be able to, sorry, to help French teachers be able to teach effectively and easily using AI. So today our topic is on l'IA comme assistant pédagogique, révolutionner l'enseignement du FLE. Donc, l'intelligence artificielle, comme nous savons, transforme radicalement notre façon d'enseigner le français langue étrangère. Donc, cette présentation explore des applications concrètes et accessibles pour intégrer l'IA dans votre pratique quotidienne d'enseignement de flux. Now, what we are going to look at is how we can use AI to um to apply AI to our daily teaching and to make it very easy. Before we used to use it is still very valid for us to use our textbooks and our other resources that the schools will always provide to facilitate learning. But then, as a tutor, because many of us, I want to believe, are not just secondary school teachers, but we are also French tutors giving one-on-one lessons to children and to individuals who want to learn French, right? So
You're
even
right.
as teachers, this AI is good for also the classroom. It's also good for our personal consumption and our private businesses. Okay. So it is very easy to use. It is not complicated and anybody can do it. In fact, this slide I have presented here was designed by AI. The pictures, everything was designed by AI. And all I had to do was to go in to edit certain points. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, création de plan de leçon personnalisé avec ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT, as we all know, is our best buddy. Some people will call them besties. So, ChatGPT is very smart, it's very intelligent because it's not that it generates information from outer space, no, but because it uses the resources available online, okay, to, give us information. It researches many search engines and brings us the best information. Hence, it is a reliable source of information. Okay. I don't know how many of us here uses ChatGPT on a daily basis. Do we?
Not all of us.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Are you just
Yeah.
one?
I do it for most of my lessons.
Oh, you see.
I
So
use it for most of my lessons. Yeah.
you see, so we're already there. We're already there. And now look at say the only lesson you may not be able to use it for are those that may require you, for example, secondary school, let's say secondary school lesson plan. You have to tailor it to the textbook or the resource you're going to use for your class, right? But then,
Okay.
even at that, it can still come up helpful if you want to think outside the box and do something more exciting for your students. It's boring to just stick to this textbook. Today we start at lesson 13, today we start at lesson 14. So you want to think outside the box, you want to make learning more exciting. Okay. So first of all, we have création des plans de leçon, as I said. First thing we want to do is to generate un cadre. It is one thing to use ChatGPT and it's another thing to learn how to prompt effectively. So our prompting brings out the best results. Prompting simply means that we are telling the engine what to do for us. So you can just tell us create an SS1 lesson plan or I have a student that wants to travel to Canada. Please just type something. No, you can't just do that. We have to prompt intelligently. Okay. In the creation of lesson plan, for example, we have something like créer un plan de leçon FLE niveau B1 sur l'expression des émotions, durée 90 minutes. It doesn't stop there. You now have to refine the content. Okay, you have to be very precise. Ajoute une activité brise-glace et un exercice d'écoute avec podcast authentique. Okay, so add an ice-breaking activity, and also a listening exercise with an authentic podcast. Okay. Now, for a great number of us, ChatGPT is free. But when we subscribe to ChatGPT with about maybe the few, it's not expensive anyways.
Well stated.
Sorry?
Huh?
Okay. So when you subscribe to GPT, you get the best version of it. So it can do more, like producing multiple images, multiple audio selections, and many things like that. So, and the last one, c'est inclure une évaluation formative et une tâche finale collaborative. So if you're working with a team of students, we won't just stop here. You have to go in detail what exactly you want ChatGPT to produce for you. Okay? For example, I'm teaching an A1 learner or a Delft Prim learner, okay, a child, and I want to say create a lesson plan for this. Although you remember the Delft already has a syllabus that they're going to use to test your student, right? But then this would also help. If you tell ChatGPT to produce something, it will also go into the system and then look at similar works produced for Delft Prim learners, right? Remember, this does not mean that you neglect your original resources. For example, we have past questions. ChatGPT cannot replicate past questions from Alliance Française or something like that, okay? But it can go in to get those information. But it's always best to rely on your best resources, the ones that we already know and we can already we are very sure, okay, this is it. For example, TAF past questions, okay? It's better to have the past question from the past exam than just, trying to find on ChatGPT. So it also means that we are going in to do our work, but this devices, AI makes it seamless and makes it easier for us to achieve what we want, okay? Ça va?
Ça va.
Oui,
Oui,
ça
ça
va.
va.
Ok. So, un professeur peut gagner jusqu'à 70 de temps de préparation en utilisant cette technique. Okay? So if you're a private tutor, you would win. It's like 100, a win-win for you because you're the one planning, you're the one who knows your students, you know your students' abilities, you know what they want to achieve, and then yeah. So you can achieve up to 70% the time. You can save 70% of the time using preparing using these techniques. Okay. Now, there's another thing I want to talk about. Génération d'exercices adaptés aux différents niveaux A1 à C2. Donc, l'IA peut créer instantanément des exercices ciblés pour chaque niveau de CECL, permettant une différenciation pédagogique efficace. Okay? So it's just like what I've been saying. If you want an A1 outline, an A1 lesson plan, AI can generate A1. I remember one time I was teaching a student and she's a C1 level, right? No, B1 level. So I said, okay, give me a short story, okay, using the B1 for a student who is at the B1 level, okay, I would like you to talk to impute verbs in subjunctive and all of that. And AI gave me, I always said highlight the vocabularies and the tenses in the what and ChatGPT gave me exactly what I wanted. In fact, my students was able to underline the subjunctive tense, was able to highlight the vocabulary in the passage, and it made things very seamless. If I was looking for resources from textbooks, it would have taken me a lot of time. I have to look for tendance or look for, all of those books and then
Oui.
start generating in my head or start creating a new story from my head. I did not have to do that. All I had to do was to tell ChatGPT what to do. I printed it out, gave it to my student, and my student was able to just easily underline, and then it was very seamless. I don't know if any of us has had this experience recently. Have you used ChatGPT to make things so seamless in your teaching? If you have an experience, please share with us. Si vous avez une expérience, partagez avec nous, s'il vous plaît.
Bonsoir, madam.
Bonsoir, Madame Abiola.
Okay. My experience using ChatGPT was when I was to work with the Montessori school, and
Oui,
then I had no knowledge about Montessori. That was
mm,
2021.
oui.
So, and I had to tell ChatGPT to help me teach colors
Hmm.
in the Montessori way. So I discovered that it's not just getting a flashcard, it was able to bring out everything for me, the attitude of the learner, the skills, the objective. It was able to give me the stages on
Mm-hmm.
how to go about it, hands-on activity, and how the children too will be able to um learn on their own, and also how to interact with each other.
Oui,
So
oui.
it really helps me a lot, and I don't need to start running here and there for ideas or going to Pinterest to download or watch a short video clip to be able to get that activity done. So it really helps me a lot. Merci
Oui.
beaucoup, madam.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for adding that. So you see, far back as 2021, Madam Abiola has been using this term. Yes, Taylor, please let's hear from you.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Madam.
Bonsoir, madame.
Je m'appelle Oda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the way ChatGPT helped me, I used it for one of my students because I do online classes,
Mm-hmm.
French online classes, but I used to teach adults. So for the first time, I'm going to teach a child of grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to ask ChatGPT to help me with the verb act and give me sentences that will help me build their communication skills. Sincerely, the class was interesting.
Oh,
Even
wow.
gave me exercise. It was just seamless, as you said. It is very, very interesting. Thank you very much. Merci
Merci
beaucoup.
beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Thank you. So, have you ever felt like, um, have you ever felt like a criminal using ChatGPT? Has anybody ever felt that way? Like, oh, I'm not using my brain. You start having imposter syndrome. You start having all those kind of feeling. Has anyone here felt that way?
No?
No.
Yes, if I may say it.
Oui.
I'm actually new to the method. Bonsoir à tous et à toutes. Je m'appelle Mamzelle Aremu.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, well, I'm a digital migrant.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm in the post like early millennial generation of French
Okay.
graduates. Anyway, so where we are not really familiar with the novel. Well, it's novel to everyone.
Yeah.
Creativity and AI are novel to everyone, but I have this challenge on mind because I grew up, in a study, read,
Mm-hmm.
apply ourselves to build to develop cognitive skills. Okay,
Oui.
without having to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
We learned handwriting,
Mm-hmm.
for the on the long-term cyclical dimension.
Oui.
We learned from beginner level to advanced level on how to, as regards how to develop handwriting skills, reading skills, reading and writing,
Mm-hmm.
reading.
Oui, Madame Aremo.
Peut-être le
On l'a
réseau,
perdu.
La
oui,
connexion,
Oui,
non?
oui, le réseau. Ah ouais.
la connexion de réseau.
So many a times we feel like, oh, ChatGPT is here. Maybe I'm not using my brain enough, or the grades, the French, But the truth about the matter is that
You can
technology.
write. Now, I'm beginning to know the internet and digital space. Isn't that going to impede when you're not as young as me?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Madame Aremo. Okay. So many of us, you are not alone in that feeling, okay? You are not alone. Many people feel that when you're using ChatGPT, and it's something that around the world it's a problem. Mm? certain polemic, is a hot debate amongst many people, amongst many big names. They think that ChatGPT is stealing the real creation of, the real let's say the creative mind of individuals. But the truth is that,
Yes.
yeah, but the truth is that we use technology to our advantage, right? And as I said earlier, you still need to use your brain for you to input the prompts that will give you the best results on ChatGPT or on any AI device, okay? And for example, if I had brought this slide to you and I was not a French speaker, I did not know how to read French, I just brought and can I actually pause? Is it possible for me to have paused and said, okay, fine, I am here to tell you about intelligence artificial and all of that? I still have to give my input, my human input. All right. So
Yeah.
one thing I want to note is that ChatGPT, no matter how advanced it is, can never represent um the human connection we have with our learners.
Bien sûr.
Just like the way Madam Abiola said, she used the tool to be able to express herself better with her learners. So this tool is more like a guide. It's more like a soft resource we get, a more refined resource that we are exposed to, right? And the funny thing is that many people have used this tool to their advantage, even creating a book of short stories that they can sell to their A1 learners. You can use ChatGPT to create, Mr. Shino may not like this, but I'm telling you, apart from the resources we buy here from Abrasi, but then you can also create short stories that you can sell to your learners, you can use in your classes. It's just like saying, oh no, back in the days, we used a camel, we used horses, we used cats, horse and cats, right? To move. And now, I don't think I'm going to use a car. This car is making things too fast. Do you get my point?
Yes.
Yeah, because you need a human being to ride, although some cars don't need human beings now, but then you still need a human being to sit in that car to direct the car where to go, or to impute your location or whatever. So human beings will always continue to be the first carriers of knowledge. We will always continue. Our emotions that we express to our learners continue to be invaluable. Okay? If I'm talking to you and I'm just talking, no connection, there's a gap there. So the point is that our skills as a teacher, coupled with these other fine resources we have around us, like ChatGPT, our textbooks, our normal, syllabus, and even experiences from other skilled learners, can help us to make our teaching very refined. It can help us to give our best to our students. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Madam Aremu, I hope maybe we have debunked that mindset somehow. Okay, so let's continue. Correction automatique. For those who are dealing with more advanced learners, they submit their TF or their please, if this thing cuts off, please join back in. I don't know. Zoom is doing the best it can do today. Please join back in immediately. I'll be right here in case it goes off. Okay. So I was saying something. For us dealing with more advanced learners, especially those who are writing TCF Canada, TAF Canada, if you have like a bulk of learners, like 10, 5 learners, you don't want to start sitting down. You could sit down and start, correcting their essays. But then there's also something we could do. You could snap the picture, upload on ChatGPT, and tell the app or the AI to, review this person's work and bring out all the errors. Easy. Yeah, very easy. So if you have about 5 students who have written to you, you can upload the pictures and say, look at these 5 essays. What are the common errors? Okay? You as a teacher, if you know the common errors of your students, you'll be able to, know where you need to work on. Maybe they are having their past tense wrong. Maybe they are having their future wrong and all of that. Are we clear?
C'est très intéressant.
Oui, c'est très, très
Yes, oui.
Uh-huh. And now,
Mm.
if you now want to go a step further, you can ask for personalized feedback for each of the papers. You see how smart this thing works. So instead of you sitting down, but then that doesn't mean you can't go in and start, looking through your. I did that a lot, a whole lot, going through each of my students, work and then underlining. But it minimizes human error, okay, and it gives you a more exact feedback, okay. So this is one tool that you can also use ChatGPT to achieve, okay.
All right.
Simulation des conversations authentiques pour la pratique orale. OK? Jeu des rôles guidés, adaptation au niveau, feedback immediate. That's exactly what we've talked about. You can say, for example, use the context at a restaurant, simulate a conversation with for my A2 learner about this, talk about a lady who just relocated to France, blah, blah, blah. Please write all in French. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Everything is done for you. Okay? Conception de matériel visuel et infographie explicative. Like I said, apart from ChatGPT, there's also the one I use, which is called Gamma. Gamma AI is, let me see if I can share my screen here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oui,
Yes.
madame.
Oui.
Voyez mon écran. Donc, A Girl's Adventure in Paris. I did this one many months back. I didn't know maybe it's, but this is something you can do. So these are storylines, but this is not in French. Let's look for something in French. Okay. So Gamma AI helps with things like presentations like this. You have a presentation, you want to input pictures. Back then, we used to use Microsoft PowerPoint, and then we save our pictures separately, and then we would have to type, and then we put the pictures on the page. Do you remember?
Yes, please.
We used to do
Sorry
that a lot.
to
Oui,
excusez-moi, madame. J'ai
oui,
une idée.
oui, oui.
So, before I moved to the British school where I work currently, I
Oui,
was doing that method you just mentioned. I was
oui.
using the Microsoft PowerPoint. So I will have to go to Google to go and download picture or Pinterest, take the picture to the slide. Then when I
Oui.
joined the British curriculum, the British school, I was able to explore Gamma. I was
Yeah.
able to explore Twinkle,
Yeah.
and my slide was so easy for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was so easy. And I usually use the Gamma most times on my key stage one, that's year 3,
Yeah.
to be able to explore more using Gamma app. So it's very, very good, and it saves time, especially when you do not plan your lesson ahead and you
Oui.
have to get to class the next day and deliver. Gamma
Yeah.
is it's an app that can easily help you fine tune that. Thank you.
Could you Vubini, Madam Abiola? Okay. Now look at this beautiful slide of mine. Can you see my screen? Vous voyez mon
Yes.
écran? Can
Oui.
you see that?
Oui,
On Earth,
oui.
where on this planet Earth would I have seen these pictures? This you see how beautiful it is, and what's more, it comes with it comes with practice, it comes with evaluation, it comes with tips, it comes with so many things. You can imagine you creating multiple slides like this for your A1 learners, for your A2 learners, or even just doing something fun, creating flashcards and things like this, you know, especially if you work in a school where if you're an online tutor, your graphics matter a lot because you don't want to be boring to your students, right? So your graphics
Yes.
matter a lot. If you use it, if you work in a school where if you work in a school where they have computers like Madam Abiola, right? You want to also give your best. You also want to, present something interesting, right? So these are ways that we can use AI to our advantage. Okay. And now, I think I've lost my original slide, but we'll get there. Sorry. Oh no, not this one. Just 2 minutes, we'll play. Okay. I want to share this one. OK. So, vous voyez mon écran? Nous sommes sur l'IA maintenant. Assistant
Oui.
pédagogique. Oui, OK. OK. Adaptation de contenu culturel francophone pour la classe. Now, many of us struggle to listen to music. To be fair, we don't have that time, OK? Nous n'avons pas de temps. Faut rechercher la musique, ou bien les chansons francophones. But with AI, we can make our work very easy. For example, we could ask AI, suggère 5 chansons francophones contemporaines adaptées à des apprenants nouveaux B1 avec des thèmes sociaux. Do you see that? And it will go into the search engine and bring out 5. You can even say 5 chansons faciles, easy, because nobody wants to rack their head, right? Not like nobody wants to rack their head, but you don't want to give it a song that is too complicated and has long, what do you call it? It's not paragraphs. What do you call it in music?
Lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics. So 5 easy French songs, okay? You can also do didactisation du contenu, okay? Which is créer une fiche pédagogique pour exploiter l'article de presse X avec un public adolescent niveau A1. You can also do that, okay? So there are many things, like you can do contextualisation culturelle, tell AI to produce a class about different kinds of food with different kinds of slides, and or create a recipe for a simple par exemple, crêpe à la banane. Okay, I know I did that one time with my students. Crêpe à la banane. You have a simple reset, and you have all of that listed out, and all you need to do is to prepare and give your children a hands-on experience in class. These are things you could actually do, okay? So another one here is propose 3 activités comparatives entre la gastronomie française et celle du pays d'origine des apprenants. For example, prepare or propose 3 comparative activities between the French gastronomy and the Nigerian gastronomy. I don't know where the I don't know where the similarity will come, but who knows? You can try that.
Maybe bread.
Oui, du pain.
Well,
pain.
the pain, baguette, and normal bread.
Lori aussi.
Lori, spaghetti.
Not
But
spaghetti, it's
do we
general.
really have bread of our own, Do we have our
Yeah,
own
we have
bread?
Des photos de la France, des feux,
Champs-Élysées.
Okay,
des photos de la France.
de la France. Okay.
Champs-Élysées. Les monuments en France,
Oui.
France, à Paris. Les
Oui.
monuments à Paris.
Okay, de la France. Et les autres
Les monuments à Paris.
monuments à Paris. So this is big, right?
La culture française aussi, peut-être les baguettes.
Okay. So these are our 6-year-old learners. We want to just tell them about the Eiffel Tower, right? And we want to tell them something. By the time you sit down and think about it, you will think about the picture you want to generate in their mind. You want to have the characters you want them to be. You want the characters to be with black hair or African kids. There are many things you want, but this is just a basic outline, for example. Now, you want to generate outline, right? And once you generate the outline, so it gives you La magie de la tour Eiffel. une histoire pour les enfants. Il était une fois Paris, la ville des Lumières. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Generating the outline for me. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
ma'am.
It's moving fast. It's
And
moving
you see
fast.
that it's generating in French, right?
yeah.
So,
Yes.
okay. So this is what it looks like. Now, I have done that. How do I want my picture to look? I like this one. I like this color, right? Now I'm going to choose this color. An illustration. Let's see. Let's use this cartoon illustration. Okay. And then we're going to generate. Oh, let's generate. Let's see how far we can go. So you can use line art, you can use abstract, you can use photorealistic, and you can use different things like that. So you just play with what you have. And look at La Magie de la Tour Eiffel. Do you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes.
Yes.
In less than 2 minutes, I have created a beautiful storybook or a beautiful
But,
video
the
that I
season.
show my students. Now, when writing your prompts, don't be like me, what I just did. No, don't do that. Now, think about your learners. If in a class you have like a very in class we all have those people, those children that are all over the place, they are always, put those characters in. Okay. You can talk about different like three characters in your class. Okay. There's a child who is doing this, a child who is doing that. You make it very interesting and relatable to your students. Okay. And this is what it looks like. This is this. So, it starts with Bonjour les enfants. Aujourd'hui, nous allons visiter Paris, une ville magique pleine de trésors. Okay? La Seine, le Louvre, Notre-Dame. And you see all of this. And the songs
Yeah.
being run down. This is how it tells us about how Paris was made. Okay, oh, sorry. Yeah, how Tour Eiffel was created, right? Gustave Eiffel, un ingénieur
Augustus.
intelligent qui a une idée géniale de créer une tour immense Eiffel. Do you see how basic this is?
Mm.
Hello?
Fantastic. It's
Hello?
fantastic.
So you see how interesting it is. You see how
Yes.
it just makes it so attractive for our children. But remember, it's so sad that
It's starry
we
eyed.
can't rely on this all the time because our country has curriculum we have to follow, right? And that is why there are publishers who have published books that go in sync with our curriculum. So in as much as we do this, right, we also have to use our textbooks. We also have to use the resources that the school provides. Ça va?
Ça
Oui,
va,
ça.
madame. Que Dieu vous bénisse.
Ah, faut que vous bénisse aussi. Donc, c'est ça. Est-ce que, madame, qui a demandé la question, qui a posé la question?
Ah, c'est moi, madame. C'est moi qui a posé la question.
Donc, c'est clair maintenant, n'est-ce pas?
Ah, vraiment, c'est clair. Merci
C'est clair.
beaucoup.
J'allais poser la même question. C'est clair. C'est pour cela que je vous ai dit que Dieu vous bénisse.
Merci beaucoup d'être ici aussi. OK.
Hein.
Donc, on a presque fini avec oui. On a presque fini avec cette présentation et on revient à nos moutons. Go back to business. So we also have évaluation formative. Suivi de progression facilité par l'IA. OK? So, l'IA pour analyser les productions des apprenants au fil du temps pour générer des rapports détaillés sur leur progression. So what we can do is that we can present you can upload the pictures of our students' work over time.
Please, let's mute our mic, please. Let's mute our mic.
Oui, oui,
So we
Madame
can...
Kela.
Madame,
Oui, oui.
well done, ma. The courage. Ma, the slide you just finished, I just want you to help me write the name on the in the message box
Okay.
or the link.
Okay,
ouais. Merci beaucoup.
pas de problème. Je l'ai fait. Done that. Okay.
Merci bien.
De rien. So we have préparation aux examens DELF-DAF avec feedback automatisé. Okay. So as I said earlier, it's the same thing. We can ask AI, ChatGPT, génère un sujet complet de production écrite, DELF B2, sur le thème de l'environnement avec barème et critères d'évaluation. Okay. Entraînement ciblé. So it's just like a cheat code, isn't it? It's like a cheat code that we all get to enjoy. But and it's a cheat code that is actually very priceless in the hands of those who know how to use it. Okay? And then we have l'intégration éthique de l'IA, limite et bonne pratique. Now we have à faire and we have à éviter. Okay. So à faire, utiliser l'IA comme outil complémentaire. Do you see that? Donc, c'est un utile complémentaire, non comme substitut à l'expertise pédagogique. It cannot replace your expertise pédagogique. Do you agree? Vous êtes d'accord? Vous êtes d'accord?
Oui, je suis d'accord avec
Oui,
vous,
je suis
madame.
d'accord. Ouais.
Oui. Now, vérifiez systématiquement les contenus générés avant utilisation.
Oui,
Machine can fail. So we don't want to just, send it up to our students. We still have to go in to do the work that we know how that we should do. Just that it makes it easier. And now, informer les apprenants quand l'IA est utilisée dans les processus de pédagogie. Oui, you can do that if you want to. You can inform your students, I created this with the use of AI. So they can also know that AI is not something that is not something evil. Because many people have misconceptions about AI. So if you want to, you can inform your students. If you don't want to, it's up to you. Former les apprenants à utiliser l'IA comme outil d'apprentissage autonome. So train your students to use AI comme, an independent learning tool. If you want to, depending on the level of your learners, you can go ahead and do that. Now, à éviter, things to avoid. Déléguer entièrement l'évaluation à l'IA sans supervision humaine. So don't delegate your work to AI. No, that's not ethical. Okay? And then utiliser les contenus générés sans adaptation au contexte spécifique. This one will kill your teaching. If you don't use the content generated, if you don't adapt the content to your learners, then learning has not even started. You have to get the context of your learners, get their struggle, get their pain. Some people have been learning French for 3 years, but don't know how to express themselves in French. All right? So you must understand the pain of your learner. Some people are very good in reading. If you're a TEF or a TCF trainer, find that some of our students are very good in reading. They are very good in comprehension écrite. But when it comes to, for example, writing, expression écrite, it is difficult, right? And it's not just, even our secondary school learners across each board, find that they all have difficulties. You must personalize your learning aid. Okay? Ça va?
ça va.
Ça va.
Excusez-moi, madame.
Oui, oui.
Okay. I just want to quickly talk about an app I stumbled on that was last section. That is called Quiz
Yeah.
Quizlet. Yeah. Kind
Okay.
of. I think it's Quizlet or so. So
Yeah.
we use it to explore other subjects. So I decided to explore it in French before taking it to class. I discovered that there are some educators who have already prepared questions on different topics in French, depending on the topic you want to work with. So I clicked on Le Free, and I discovered that when I started using the Quizlets to work on the free for learners, I've already taught them. So I explored it on my own before taking it to class. And I discovered that there are some pronunciations, it's not even pronouncing it well. For example, you want to talk about pastek, it will not give you the right pronunciation of pastek. So I would like to say, when we want to use Quizlets, aside from the 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 options it will give us depending on the topic you are working with, when it gets to pronunciation, we should be very careful, because there are some children is what they hear at instance that stick to their memory. Because we have three levels of learners. We have the high flyers, we have the average learners, and then we have those ones that are struggling. That's the LA. So when you see an LA learner now, the LA learner just say pastek, pastek. And the learner is hearing it in a different way. It sticks, especially the high flyers. They will pick it, and there is no way you'll be able to convince that learner and say, "Oh, no, this is not the right pronunciation." It's what they have gotten, because they are hyper, and so it sticks to their memory. So when we are exploring some AI app to use in our teaching, we need to look at it, review it first before we throw it out to children, especially in the case of pronunciation. Thank you.
Very important. Merci beaucoup. Merci, merci, merci. So you see why AI can never replace can never replace you. Okay? Supervision human. Okay? Very important. And another thing I want to talk about, the types of learners we have, right? We have the tactical learners, we have the musical learners, we have if as teacher, we know all those kind of learners. So in this case, whatever we are doing, especially pronunciation, must be done right. Right? So we always need to go in as teachers to make sure that everything that has been presented to us using AI is true. Okay? And it is not as hard as you having to start afresh from the beginning or do everything by yourself. It is not even close to, to that. Now, it says négliger la dimension interculturelle que seul l'humain peut transmettre. Yeah. So there are also, when we were talking to our students, I remember one time I was teaching a school in Ipara Remo, and I said, écoutez. And everybody burst into laugh. I said, écoutez. I said, écoutez. I said, that's rats. I didn't even know that was
They are
rat
looking
in
for the
Yoruba.
rats.
Exactly. Écoutez,
I
I'm
don't
like,
use that word because of that.
so because of that, I laughed and laughed, and I was like, "Oh, so écoutez means
Ekute.
rats in Yoruba."
Yoruba.
So it means if I wasn't there, right? If I did not plan my lesson, or if I wasn't there to interact with them or to laugh over it, they would never have known that, that word écoutez would not stick to the memory. Do you get what I mean? So you need to understand the culture of your students. You need to be able to laugh with them, interact with them, and connect to your students. And AI on its own will not do that. Okay? So that is the same thing with the last point. Remplacer les interactions humaines authentiques par des simulations. Okay. So c'est la fin de notre présentation aujourd'hui. And I want to sincerely thank everybody here for their patience and their contribution. Many of us most likely are just listening into the program, into this into the the presentation. And I appreciate that you were at least able to tune in, okay, and listen into the presentation. So make special thanks to Shino Tamiyu, who has made this possible every year, and also to ma petite France, Monsieur Olarewaju, who has volunteered to record this session for us. So hopefully I get the video, okay, and we upload it on YouTube, or it's been shared to you via Shino, tout cela. Merci, merci. Vous avez des commentaires ou bien des questions? Vous avez des questions, des commentaires? Coach Helen,
Non, je n'ai pas de questions. Je n'ai pas de questions,
C'est
madame.
bien compris.
Salut madame, j'ai une question s'il vous plaît.
Oui.
Salut madame.
Oui.
Allez-y.
D'accord, merci. S'il vous plaît, j'ai une question. C'est à propos d'enseignement en ligne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's about French teaching online.
Yeah.
Please, I would like to ask, is there a way, how can one get jobs online to apply for as a French tutor online? Is there any
Please,
platform where one can?
please call me later.
Okay.
Okay, I should call you later, please.
Coach Helen
Yeah,
says
that's Helen.
Coach Helen says
Okay,
that's
madame. Merci beaucoup, madame.
Okay, so she will call you, but I just want to check something in. So, you can decide to work for already made platforms, okay, like tutorial and all of that, or you can decide to start your own, coaching business, which is very, very, very doable. But that would mean you posting on, for example, Instagram, TikTok, and pushing yourself out. And when you do that, you need to get resources available for download or digital product available for sale. Or you can speak to Mososhino. You can also have physical products for sale if you're in Nigeria.
Okay, ma'am.
One thing about it is that while you are going about, marketing yourself online, you need to give value. Value comes first. So if you're giving value, you're educating your audience, and you already know the target audience you're working, if it's with children or if it's with adult learners, you know who you're targeting, and you keep on giving value to them online, then they will come. It might take time, but they will come. Madam Taylor has something to tell us.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Oui.
All right, ma'am. Bonsoir encore, madame. Merci beaucoup.
Bonsoir.
Okay. So I want to chip in part of this question. We are here, we are collaborating together.
Oui, oui.
So as an online tutor, it has not really been easy. Okay. So for years now, I'm trying to build my business. Okay. But at the same time, I collaborate with other, what do we call it? Consultants, educational consultants. So for the fact that I'm trying to build my business, so I'm also collaborating with other people. When I see any application online, I also apply. So at the long style, also building my own business, my own brand. Okay. So you have already said it all. So running ads online, for example, I see Facebook as my marketplace. So running ads online also really help to get more students online. So as I also said, you should narrow down your niche. Okay, do you want to teach children? Do you want to teach adults? Do you want to teach professionals? So those are the things I am learning. So I'm seeing the building stage. I have not arrived yet. So that is just what I want to chip in for that madam that asked question. So I think you also give me the opportunity to call you because I am still a learner. I'm learning.
So,
Okay, please.
I
Helen,
am learning.
Yes.
So
Hello.
so
Yes.
much me want to
Helen.
learn. So that
Yeah.
is that. Another thing I want to say is that please, madam, I need past question for deaf and deaf.
It's
Please.
online. You can
Online.
download everything online. It's just on Google. Just put past questions for deaf and deaf, and everything will come out. Let me even walk you through that quickly.
Okay,
Because I
good.
know that
Please.
we all
Okay,
need
merci beaucoup,
that.
madam.
We all need that deaf exam questions. We all need that for our learners, because what we are doing actually is to train our students to be able to write deaf, right? For the basic learners.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're doing the right thing. Sample papers.
Hello,
Oui,
hello, Madam Morgan.
oui, oui.
You also need to know the level of the student that want to write the DELF. Is it prim or is it junior? So
Yeah.
if it is for prim, you type DEF and the level, is it A1.1 or
Mhm.
A1? So if
Yeah.
it is for A1.1, you type sample papers. That's what you are going to type on Google. Sample papers, dev A1.1 prim. It will give you
Okay.
everything. If it is for junior, that means year 7, year 8, you are going to type sample papers, dev A1 junior, then you will give you. If it is A2, you type the same thing, sample papers, dev A2 junior. That's what you are going to type, like that.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, Monsieur.
That is the level for secondary school. Yeah, you're welcome. This
Yeah.
is a page, actually, this is a page. Yes.
So when you come to this page, right, just write DEF sample papers. You have this, and you can now see the drop down here. You have DEF A1, A2, B, and B2, DAF, C, and C2. If you come here, this prim is for children, basically. You have prim A1, A1.1, prim A2, and all of that. You also have junior, okay? So we have DELF A1 junior version and all of that. And we also have what we call DELF Pro. I've not actually gone through this, but this is DELF Pro. I'm not very conversant with that. Maybe other people have, but then this is what we need actually. DELF DAF, DELF Prim. This is what I have used, and DELF Junior. So once you go down, this is for DAF BA. You see the sample questions. You have at least 3 sample documents. All you have to do is to download them, save them to your files, or put them in your personal Telegram so you always have them accessible, and then use them for your students. Ça va?
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you,
Yes.
ma. Please, which side did you go to?
I just put on
Google.
DAF past questions, sample
I'm
paper.
like,
You go on Google.
which site is this in particular, ma?
This is delfdaf.fr, delfdaf.fr.
Okay, devdav.fr. Okay,
Yeah.
ma. Thank you.
And you can put slash sample papers. But whatever it is, this is what it looks like. So it's very easy. All the tools are online. If you're an online teacher, and especially for those who want to, teach online, always make sure that you're putting out value out there and be consistent with it. Every day, not every day, but maybe once, like 3 times in a week, make sure you're giving out value.
That number has gone again.
What number?
Julius. Yeah, Julius
No,
put his
check in the
number.
chat.
I mean, whose
Check in the
number?
chat.
Okay.
Yes.
No, no, Coach
Okay.
Helen.
Yeah, I'm the one. Sorry, let me say something. For the lady who said she's looking for somewhere to collaborate with or to work with, it's not that I'm working there also, and they just said of recent, that was yesterday, that if there's any teacher who is good in French, that the teacher, we should let them know so that they can give that person an appointment. Of course,
Wow.
they teach online. So that's why I said it's not as if I'm the one. I just started working with them. So don't think I'm just like you. I just started working with them. So I would like to have Mr. Shino's contact if he does not mind, so that I can ask him more questions. Yeah.
Okay.
If he doesn't, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
so merci beaucoup.
Madam Ellie, please, what is your name? Madam Ellie, I
Coach
need your number so
Helen,
that we can
what's your
plan like
name?
this.
Oh,
Okay. My name is Omotenshi Helen. So let me put my number here.
I need your number, please. We are
Yes,
here to
please.
collaborate
No, I
together.
beg. No, there's no please in it. I know we are sisters now. Let me put my number.
Interesting. You see how connected.
Okay, merci beaucoup.
It's a
Okay.
small world, so you don't have
Yeah.
to make it so difficult. So I am Mrs. Omotenshi.
Yeah.
But you know that school, they'll tag it as
So
coach.
go here, everybody, into the world and create your personalized slides and, use AI to the best of, your ability. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining
much.
this
Thank you
live.
so much.
Je vous
Yes.
apprécie beaucoup. Et c'est l'année prochaine, on se verra. Okay?
Please, madam, s'il vous plaît, madam. Anyway, I'll contact you to Monsieur, is it L'Hôpitalier? I believe people can do training for a state, one of the states. So because I want to discuss that with a state.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. Then I think I'll push it.
Yeah.
I'll let them know that there's something, because most times you discover that schools, private schools, public schools, they are really lagging behind.
Mm-hmm.
They are in 19th century
Yeah.
in the teaching. Even the teachers, they are not innovative, they are not creative, because most of them are there. In fact, so on that note, I'll discuss with somebody, so that if the person sees the need to push it, which I believe he will see the need. So maybe if we can do some training for, I don't want to mention the state yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I want to do.
Okay, we'll talk to Monsieur Shino about that.
It's
All right.
Monsieur Le Pétrolier. Is it Mr. Shino?
Oui.
Ah, okay. Il n'y
All
a pas
right.
de souci. We'll talk. Okay.
Merci
Merci.
beaucoup, madame.
Et bonne journée. Is it bonne journée? Oui, moi c'est
Bonne
bon.
Merci,
soirée.
madame.
Bonne soirée.
Bonne
Ok,
soirée pour nous
ici
ici
c'est
au
beaucoup,
bonne
Nigeria.
madame.
nuit.
Bonne soirée
Ici
au
Nigeria, c'est
Nigeria.
bonne nuit.
Au revoir.
Pour vous, c'est
Merci
bonne
beaucoup.
soirée.
Merci,
Oh, c'est
monsieur
bonne nuit.
Julius.
Bonne nuit.
Je vous en prie, madame.
Au revoir. Merci
Merci,
beaucoup.
Au
monsieur.
revoir.
Madame Kali, je vais vous appeler
Au revoir.
aussi. Merci. Madame Ogene.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
Tout le monde, oui.
Au
Au revoir,
revoir.
madame.
Au
Oui.
revoir.
Au revoir.